one through. So here comes Cannon back in. 4-4 early on in set number 1. Shepard again puts it into the net. That point will go to Rose. Is that 4 hits?
Yeah, 4 hits.
That one's long. Off the side, actually. Number 4, Grace Ward sends it over, and it's we apologize. We've had some technical difficulties moving over quickly from the football field to the volleyball court. We've had a few problems. Hopefully we're up and working now. It's 6-5 early on in the first set. Rose-Hulman leads. I'm Troy Wilsine along with Greg Mogan. Glad you've joined us this evening. Rose-Hulman standing firm here. That one will be a point for the Engineers. 7-5.
There's a pretty good right side hit there.
As Cordy will take a break along with Rowan, Kate Wood, Cannon, and Sophia Coop make up the front line for Rose. As serving, I believe that was that was Kylie Rathbun. Ebright can't dig that one out. 7-6 Rose. So Rose-Hulman hanging tough here to start this one, Greg.
Yeah, both teams might be a little bit jittery here at the beginning. We've had a couple of unforced errors from both sides. There's a nice hit.
Yeah, that was a good kill. That was Cannon. So here comes Allie Foltz back in, the junior from Centralia, Illinois, as Lily Ebright will serve. And right into the net, and Rose will put it over. Sophia Coop standing tall.
That would be a
9-6 Rose-Hulman. We've got a timeout. We'll be right back. You're watching the Indiana Sports Network.
This game is presented by the Indiana Army National Guard.
That would be a service ace.
Treatment for those with mental illnesses and addiction issues has evolved over the years.
In the late 1960s,
Indiana's mental health system began to take shape.
From 1971
to 2021,
Hamilton Center has touched the lives of thousands of people in central and west central Indiana.
We are committed to the latest therapies
to improve the quality of life for those with mental illnesses.
Treatment works.
Recovery is possible.
And thank you, Indiana.
At Lynn's Pharmacy, we're more than just your pharmacist. We're your neighbors.
Our kids go to the same schools.
We eat at the same restaurants.
We sit next to you in church.
When I listen to a symptom.
When I fill a prescription.
When I offer advice. I'm not just helping a customer. I'm helping my neighbor and a friend. My name is Lynn Hofstetter, and I'm the proud owner of Lynn's Pharmacy, a modern pharmacy with old-fashioned values and personal service, dedicated to keeping you, your family, and our community healthy since 1872.
Here at Lynn's Pharmacy, downtown Brazil.
Institute of Technology. Rose-Hulman leads the first set 9-6 over Transylvania. Lily Ebright serves for the Engineers. And a familiar theme here as Kate Shepard sends one through. It's now 9-7. Troy Wilsine and Greg Mogan with you this evening. Had some difficulties before the broadcast got going there, but now we're rolling pretty well. We would like to thank a few of our sponsors, the Indiana Army National Guard and our pregame sponsor, Culver's. Set that one. Great job by Shepard blocking that one. Now Shepard will tap one through. Cannon fires one across. Oh, that was a beautiful shot. Number 17, Caden Holcomb. Just kind of softly dumped that one over and nobody there. 9-8 Rose-Hulman. Wow. Holcomb again.
That was a quick set. Quick sets are usually done by middle hitters. The ball has to be set about a foot above the net.
There's the set, and Kate Shepper once again. Shepper, 459 kills coming into tonight's action. That was a nice shot.
Very nice.
Oh, Transylvania keeps it alive. There we go. Cannon fires it through, though, and Rose-Hulman knots it back up at 10 as number 9, Sophia Harrison, re-enters. Pretty hard-fought first set here. The set, that one tapped over. That point will go to Transylvania.
You got a net violation on Rose there.
It's number 5, Carrington Jackson, a senior from Louisville, is in for the Pioneers. Rathbun Harrison, that one's going to be long, off the hand of Allie Foltz. Transylvania 14-5 on the season, and that includes losing 3 of their first 4. So they are on quite a hot streak over the last several weeks. That one long again. It's now a 13-10 Pioneer lead. We have a timeout on the floor. We'll be right back. You're watching the Indiana Sports Network.
We're the Browns, and this is our account. Our relationship with Riddell really began when we were kids, so when we started our business, it seemed like a natural fit for us.
Riddell's provided all of our financial needs for both personal and business, and we could not be happier with the level of service that we're provided.
Riddell National Bank has helped us grow our business so that we can help grow our communities with the core values that we both share. If you're looking to grow your business, Riddell is your best option.
Your All-Pro running back Jonathan Taylor here for York Automotive. Looking for an All-Pro deal on your next car, truck, or SUV? York is my #1 pick. With over 600 vehicles in stock, York has the largest selection to meet your needs. We're talking new, pre-owned, and commercial vehicles. Take it from one All-Pro to another, York has your best deal.
Shop online at yorkautomotive.com and we'll show you why we're not #1, you are.
We're not #1.
You are.
You're #1 at York.
You are watching HCAC volleyball at Rose-Hulman on the Indiana Sports Network.
to be an ace, but I'll tell you what, if that girl would have let that one go, I believe it would have been out of bounds.
And another. How about this little run Rose-Hulman is on? An ace for Allie Foltz. 16-14. Rose-Hulman only trailing by 2. Here's Foltz.
I would hit it there again.
This one they keep alive, and Shepper again. Boy, that was a nice shot. How about that one? Number 13, Jillian Gregg.
If you notice on that serve receive that time, they had the liberos step in front of the right side hitters. They're hiding their setter behind the right side hitter.
4 straight points for Rose. That one just long. Whoa, that was close. It's coming in for Transylvania, number 25, Maggie Harrison, and number 8, Isabella Myers. Back to serve is Harrison. Look out. That was, oh, nice save. Set. And Rose will knock it back over. That's number 13, Jillian Gregg. Boy, she's having a big night.
Yeah, that ball was passed up too close to the net. The hitter couldn't do anything with it, but try to dink it over the blockers, and there just wasn't enough room.
17-16, Transylvania. Ebright sets. Oh, can't get to that one. That was number 8, Isabella Myers. 18-16, first set still. It's been a pretty hard-fought set. Rose got behind by about 5 or 6 there a few minutes ago, but they fought back. And that one just long off the hand of Kate Wood. As back to serve for Transylvania, the libero Sylvie Miller. And that one off the side. Number 24, Megan Cordy couldn't keep it in. All of a sudden, Rose-Hulman looks at a 4-point deficit. We'll be right back. You're watching Rose-Hulman volleyball.
The news says Gen Z is struggling. I've got news for them.
I wait tables, but last week I built a field hospital.
I put out a forest fire.
I stopped 1,000 attackers.
At a natural disaster.
I've saved lives.
And led a team on patrol.
I serve.
Well, I go to school full-time.
While I work full-time.
The greater the challenge, the stronger we become.
To everyone who loves great food, let us make you a meal the Wisconsin way.
We cook each Butterburger to order for you and the people you love, so it's the best part of your day.
The best.
The best.
And every creamy scoop of fresh frozen custard, pure happiness.
Pure happiness.
Pure happiness. Because where Culver's comes from.
In the heart of America's Dairyland.
Our love.
Our love for fresh food is as strong as our love for all of you.
From Wisconsin with love.
Welcome to Delicious.
You're watching College Sports on the Indiana Sports Network, presented by the Indiana Army National Guard.
Back at Rose-Hulman, 2016, Transylvania leads the first set. As Elizabeth Cannon taps one over. This one kept alive. Ebright will set. Cannon again. Oh, that was a tricky little shot there. I think it was number 4, Grace Ward. Looked like she was going to set it and just shuffled it over instead. 21-16 Pioneers. And
right back at you.
Yeah. Anything you can do, I can do better. Rose-Hulman.
We call those dumps it's the shot that the setter uses more than anybody else. It tries to catch the defense out of position. It's often used if the pass is too close to the net to do anything with, but in that case, that was just kind of a surprise to the other team.
And that's going to be a service ace. Number 12, Kylie Rathbun. 21-18, Transylvania. Rathbun serving. See if Rose can come back and steal this first set. Little much on that. Rathbun sets. Kate Wood. That'll work. 21-19. Well, a couple times Transylvania's gotten up by 4 or 5, but Rose-Hulman has clawed their way back. Ooh, that was hard to handle. Isabella Myers. It's now coming in for Transylvania, Alex O'Connor, a freshman out of Louisville. Set, and oh, that's a good shot. Caden Holcomb. As we mentioned earlier, Transylvania on a 5-match win streak. They've won 12 of their last 13. And they've won 15 consecutive sets. Rose-Hulman trying to put an end to that. However, they trail set number 1, 23-20. Lily Eberite will be serving.
She ran off 2 or 3 points in her last rotation.
That one's put over again by Caden Holcomb. So this will be set point. And serving, number 2, Ava Beltsos. Kept alive, Ebright. The set and the kill. That'll end the first set, 25-20. Transylvania takes set number 1. You're watching the Indiana Sports Network.
So what do we do before we cross the street?
We look for ways for cars.
No cars. All right, let's go.
But Daddy, why do you have to hold my hand?
To keep you safe. That's why we look for cars. I'm watching out for danger to keep you safe.
Daddy, who watches out for you?
Protect your family and loved ones with Micah Bonoma.
The Fellowship of Christian Athletes has the mission of leading every coach and every athlete into a growing relationship with Jesus Christ and His church. Through camps and huddles, character coaches, and special events, we are making an impact in West Central Indiana. Check out where you can get involved at our website, wcindianafca.org. FCA, we are the heart and soul in sports.
This game is presented by the Indiana Army National Guard.
There is a greatness inside of you, a passion, strength, determination. So embrace it. Embrace the greatness that you bring to everything you do. Embrace the idea that you can do work that makes an impact. Work that keeps the country moving forward and our economy strong. Because not everyone has what you have. And that's exactly what connects you to all of us a great day. There's greatness inside of you. Are you ready to embrace it?
This program is a copyrighted production of Indiana Sports Network and cannot be shown, reproduced, or redistributed in any way or in any form without prior written permission from Indiana Sports Network.
Welcome back to the Holbert Arena. Troy Wilson and Greg Mogan coming to you tonight. Transylvania versus Rose-Hulman. Transylvania takes the first set 25-20. And Greg, Kate Shepard's hard to handle down there.
Yeah, she is. I think Rose's defense needs to make a couple of adjustments here. The players need to read those low passes. And it seems like any time Transylvania gets a low pass to their setter, you can look for a quick set, and they have to jump with the middle that's getting that quick set. If the ball is set or passed to the middle, you kind of have to watch for that curl that they ended the game on there, where Holcomb curls around the setter sets the ball over her head. You have to shadow a player when you see her moving that way. Rose has to leave somebody on that side as a blocker. On those low balls to the middle, very seldom are you going to be able to push that to your outside hitter. So it's either going to be a dump or an over-the-head pass behind you to your right side. And I think the Rose players perhaps need to read that a little bit better. On offense, the Rose sets seem to be a little bit too far away from the net to get good swings. Now, give credit to Transylvania for good serves, putting us off balance a little bit.
That one blocked right back at Shepard, and Rose-Hulman with a good start to set number 2. Shepard had 5 kills in the first set.
A couple of things I'd look for in this game, too. If Rose was right in that game, it was neck and neck until number 17 goes back. Holcomb goes to the back row. As a server, she has a very good serve. Not only is she a good hitter, she's a good server.
Oh, that's a nice shot. Number 16, Allie Foltz with a kill.
On offense for Rose, I would look for number 1 in the back row for Transylvania. When she transitions to the back row, that's who I would target on my serves.
Yeah, that's Shepard, and that one sent through by, as you mentioned, Caden Holcomb. She had 3 kills in the first set. As 16 consecutive sets now won by the Pioneers. Here's Holcomb serving. Ebright
nice
keeps
deep
it up.
Serve. Good dig.
Oh. So it'll be 2-2 as Holcomb serving. I believe she is the only player on Transylvania's roster from the state of Indiana. She's from Floyd's Knobs. Shepard sets. No, she puts it over, but that didn't work. As once again, Allie Foltz stands tall. 3-2 Engineers. Ebright to serve. Nope, excuse me. Number 21, Sophia Coop is serving.
That name, Floyd's Knobs, brings back memories of a pretty good Indiana University basketball player, Pat Graham.
Rose keeps it alive. Set for Shepard. Ebright digs it out. Too much into the net. That'll tie it up at 3. You may notice Boomer, the mascot from the Indiana Pacers, is here tonight as Rose-Hulman celebrates National Girls and Women in Sports Day. Shepard, right down Broadway, 4-3 Pioneers.
That was a grade A set. I call grade A sets any ball you put between 12 to 18 inches from that net. It's hard to stop.
This one set. Foltz Has it put back at her, and it's now 5-3 Pioneers. Transylvania just 2-7 all time here at Rose. Bolts again struggling at the net. However, that was put wide by Megan Cordy. So 6-3. Back to service, Grace Ward. Transylvania tied atop the HCAC standings at the moment. Rose-Hulman sits third.
Blocked out of bounds on that one. The Transylvania setter is your server. When your setter's in the back row, you're usually going to get a lot of double blocks to your hitters, so they have to be aware of that, be able to roll or dump right over that block.
We've got a timeout. We'll take a quick one with them. You're watching the Indiana Sports Network.
Treatment for those with mental illnesses and addiction issues has evolved over the years.
In the late 1960s, Indiana's mental health system began to take shape.
From 1971
to 2021,
Hamilton Center has touched the lives of thousands of people in Central and West Central Indiana.
We are committed to the latest therapies
to improve the quality of life for those with mental illnesses.
Treatment works.
Recovery is possible.
Thank you, Indiana.
I'm not using mine.
At Lynn's Pharmacy, we're more than just your pharmacist. We're your neighbors.
Our kids go to the same schools. We eat at the same restaurants. We sit next to you in church.
When I listen to a symptom.
When I fill a prescription.
When I offer advice, I'm not just helping a customer. I'm helping my neighbor and a friend. My name is Lynn Hofstetter, and I'm the proud owner of Lynn's Pharmacy, a modern pharmacy with old-fashioned values and personal service dedicated to keeping you, your family, and our community healthy since 1872.
Here at Lynn's Pharmacy, downtown Brazil.
Welcome back to the homecoming nightcap here at Rose-Hulman. 4 pretty major sporting events today. Women's soccer, football, and men's soccer all victorious. Now the volleyball team trying to make a comeback against Transylvania. They trail in the second set 7-3. Grace Ward serving for the Pioneers. And that one long as Kate Shepard can't keep it in. Kate Wood coming back in for Rose-Hulman as Lily Eberite takes a break. As we mentioned, Rose-Hulman on the road for the next 4 matches after this evening. That one's set, blocked back. Rose can't keep it up, and it'll be 8-4 Transylvania as Eberite returns. Kate Shepard will take a breather. As number 25, Maggie Harrison serves. Wow.
Block off the head.
And into the net. Carrington Jackson couldn't handle it. Rose puts one on the board. I haven't seen one go that high in a while.
Jillian Gregg back into serve. She'll be the Rose setter now. Again, I think Rose's sets are just a little bit too far away from the net for a good swing.
Eberite. And that one blocked out of bounds, so the point will go to Rose. 8-6. Jillian Gregg still serving. And Eberite can't get to that one, so it'll be 9-6. As serving is the libero, Sylvie Miller, a senior. And that one's sent pretty far out of bounds by Wood.
Yeah, that quick set is strictly a timing play. That hitter has to move before the setter touches the ball, and that's what's different about that and a regular outside hit. Regular hit, the hitter waits until the setter touches the ball and then approaches. A quick set, the movement is done before the setter touches the ball.
Caden Holcomb fires one through, and it's now 11-6. So Rose-Hulman starting to lose touch here in the second. That one gets the net, kept alive. Cannon will send it back into the net, and it's now 12-6. Remember, this is a Transylvania team that's been absolutely lights out. The last 3 consecutive HCAC tourneys have gone to them. They've dominated this league in recent years.
2 straight hitting errors by Rose.
Miller still serving. And kept alive. Ebright will send it over. There's the set. And that one killed. Number 8, Isabella Myers, a freshman from Keville, Kentucky.
With a good team, if you send a free ball over, you're asking for one to come back at you at 60 miles an hour. That's what we just saw.
It's not a good feeling. That's that one tapped right over the middle. Jillian Gregg stops the bleeding for Rose-Hulman.
That's something you don't generally see, a dump from the 10-foot line.
Caught him off guard. So Rose-Hulman trailing by 7 as Kylie Rathbun will serve. There's Holcomb. Oh, boy, she's got a lot of power when she goes up. Alex O'Connor back in for Transylvania. Boy, if Rose has any adjustments to make, now is the time. They are really losing touch here. Gregg sets. That one blocked out of bounds, so there's a point for Rose. Ebright will serve. Ebright, 3-time HCAC Defensive Player of the Week this year.
Long.
Yep, she sends that one out. Remember, she is just a freshman, too, so pretty big impact for her right off the bat in her college career. Ava Beltzos now serving for Transylvania. Rathbun digs it out. Cannon will fire it over, and that one smacks Alex O'Connor in the shoulder and flies out of bounds. 16-9 Transylvania leads 16-9.
Rose did a good job on passing that service ball, which was a hard one to handle. It wasn't hard, but it was a floater. Came right over the net and dropped straight to the ground.
Miller sends it over. Ebright. Oh boy. When you got Kate Shepper and Caden Holcomb up on the front line, that's hard to deal with. 17-9 Transylvania. Now Holcomb will serve.
This is where Rose in game 1 struggled with her serves, and she graciously hits one out of bounds.
There you go. It's your pet peeve. We know that, the service error. So.
Yeah. That's the only ball in volleyball that nobody has anything to do with but the person hitting the ball.
Sophia Coop serving for Rose. Look out. Shepper puts it through. 18-10 Transy. As coming back in is number 11, Claudia Rowan, sophomore from LaGrange, Kentucky. Grace Ward. That one, well, I thought it went out. Apparently not. I guess not. 19-10. We've got a timeout on the floor. We'll be right back to the Holbert Arena.
We're the Browns, and this is our account. Our relationship with Riddell really began when we were kids, so when we started our business, it seemed like a natural fit for us.
Riddell's provided all of our financial needs for both personal and business, and we could not be happier with the level of service that we're provided.
Riddell National Bank has helped us grow our business so that we can help grow our communities with the core values that we both share. If you're looking to grow your business, Riddell is your best option.
Your all-pro running back Jonathan Taylor here for York Automotive. Looking for an all-pro deal on your next car, truck, or SUV? York is my #1 pick. With over 600 vehicles in stock, York has the largest selection to meet your needs. We're talking new, pre-owned, and commercial vehicles. Take it from one all-pro to another, York has your best deal.
Shop online at yorkautomotive.com and we'll show you why we're not #1, you are.
We're not #1, you are. You're #1 at York.
You are watching HCAC volleyball at Rose-Hulman on the Indiana Sports Network.
This game is presented by the Indiana Army National Guard.
Welcome back. Troy Wilsine and Greg Mogan with you this evening from the Holbert Arena on the campus of the Rose-Hulman Institute of Technology. Second set action, 19-10. Transy leads Rose. And Greg, you were just telling me about how you kind of grade how a player would set the ball.
Yeah.
And it was pretty interesting. Why don't you share that?
If you watch Rose's passing and their setting, I think setters are graded with an A, a B, or a C. An A set is somewhere between 12 to 18 inches away from that net. A B is somewhere between 2 and 4 feet away, and if you get 4 feet and further away from that net on your set, then the hitter has to make an adjustment as to how they swing. If they don't, unless they're jumping like Michael Jordan, they're not going to hit over a double block. And the Rose hitters are trying to swing away from 8 and 10 feet, and it's just not going to work against a team like Transylvania.
Rose catches a break there as Transylvania gets into the net. That was a pretty fun volley to watch there. 20-11 now as Foltz will serve.
Looks like Rose is trying some different players right now.
There's the set. That one powered through. Madison Sweeney, the junior from Eminence, Kentucky. And yeah, you're right. Rose does have a little bit of a different lineup. Aaliyah Jones out of Michigan City in the front line, along with Sophia Harrison and Jillian Gregg. Here's Jones. Nope, it's going to be Gregg. That one knocked out of bounds, so that'll work.
Yeah, but if you look, that set was 9 feet from the net, and Rose was lucky that they got a hand on it out of bounds.
They don't seem to be quite as crisp as they were last time we saw them here. That one pushed through again by Sweeney. Now 22-12. Transylvania turned up the wicket here in set number 2.
Yeah, I think it's a matter of who makes the most errors, and right now it's been Rose. I haven't seen anything special from Transylvania except just clean volleyball. Not a lot of hitting errors. The passing
has that one blocked. Well, last year when these two met, Rose-Hulman lost all 3 sets, and it was interesting because it was 25-16, 25-19, and then the third set they got obliterated, 25-7. This is following a bit of that same trend, as that's going to make it 23-13.
This is not an old Transylvania team either. They've only got 1 senior listed on their entire roster.
Yeah, Sylvie Miller, the libero, the only senior. That one's long. 23-14, so another service error by Transylvania, and Ebright will serve. Shepard now with 7 kills, but Holcomb has 9. Rose fighting to stay alive here in set number 2. Holcomb knocks another one over. That's going to be her 10th kill of the evening. It's 24-14, set point for Transylvania. Eva Beltzos will serve for the set. Ebright keeps it alive.
Free ball.
Look out, here comes, whoa, Holcomb. Ebright. That one saved by Miller. Oh, nobody paying attention there. Rose catches a break. 24-15.
Normally you send over a free ball, it's time to duck and run.
Sophie Harrison. Sophia sends it over. Miller keeps it alive. Holcomb will take the second set for Transylvania, 25-15. Rose-Hulman now trailing 2-0. You are watching Rose-Hulman volleyball on the Indiana Sports Network.
The news says Gen Z is struggling. I've got news for them.
I wait tables, but last week I built a field hospital. I put out a forest fire. I stopped 1,000 attackers.
At a natural disaster.
I've saved lives and led a team on patrol.
I serve.
Well, I go to school full time while I work full time.
The greater the challenge, the stronger we become.
To everyone who loves great food, let us make you a meal the Wisconsin way.
We cook each butter burger to order for you and the people you love, so it's the best part of your day.
The best.
The best.
And every creamy scoop of fresh frozen custard, pure happiness.
Pure happiness.
Pure happiness. Because where Culver's comes from.
And the heart of America's Dairyland.
Our love.
Our love for fresh food is as strong as our love for all of you.
From Wisconsin with love.
Welcome to Delicious.
You are watching HCAC volleyball at Rose-Hulman on the Indiana Sports Network.
I'm all-pro running back Jonathan Taylor for York Automotive. York is my #1 pick for your next car, truck, or SUV. Shop from over 600 vehicles at yorkautomotive.com today.
So what do we do before we cross the street?
We look for ways for cars.
No cars. All right. Let's go.
Daddy, why do you have to hold my hand?
Keep you safe. That's why we look for cars. I'm watching out for danger. To keep you safe.
Daddy, we watch it out for you.
Protect your family and loved ones with Micah Panoa.
There is the greatness inside of you. Passion, strength, determination. So embrace it. Embrace the greatness that you bring to everything you do. Embrace the idea that you can do work that makes an impact. Work that keeps the country moving forward and our economy strong. Because not everyone has what you have. And that's exactly what connects you to all of us a great day. There's greatness inside of you. Are you ready to embrace it?
Welcome back to Rose-Hulman, getting ready for the third set of action. Rose-Hulman has dropped the first set 25-20 and the second set 25-15, so it's put up or shut up time here, Greg, as Transylvania seems to be wearing the Engineers down.
Yeah, Rose has got to make some defensive changes here. And I would say that Transylvania's defense seems to be much better, but you have to take everything into consideration. What kind of balls is being sent over the net that you have to defend? And in this particular case, in game number 2, Transylvania was playing defense. They got a lot of rolls, non-power swings by Rose-Hulman because of where they were hitting the ball from, 6, 7, 8 feet off the net. Transylvania, on the other hand, is hitting Rose with bombs. And if you're a back row player for Rose, it's time to duck and run. I mean, they're hitting bullets at you. And that's the difference in the game, too, is what kind of balls you send back over the net determines how well the defense looks.
Sophia Koop fires one into the net. Transylvania will take the early lead in set number 3. Ava Belzo serving. Quickly, a thank you to our sponsors today, the Indiana Army National Guard, Culver's, Farm Bureau Insurance, the Fellowship of Christian Athletes, Great Dane, Hamilton Center, Lynn's Pharmacy, Riddell Bank, and York Automotive. It's now 2-0 Transylvania.
I can see me going to Culver's for one of those fish sandwiches and a turtle
fish sandwich.
Sundae. Oh, they have great fish sandwiches.
I've never had that.
Great fish sandwiches and a turtle sundae.
I'm pretty hungry. I may join you. Rose-Hulman on the board in set number 3. Sophia Koop fires one through. Just looking at some of the stats for the first 2 sets. Caden Holcomb for Transylvania, .923 hitting percentage.
A good hitting percentage would be 300.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Everybody else is down around that mark.
Yep.
She's at .923. As that's into the net, and Rose-Hulman knots it back up at 2.
Again, if you're hitting .923 as a hitter, you better be buying one of those turtle sundaes to your setter, because that means she's putting that ball right where your power spot is, like that one.
Yep, that was a nice one. Holcomb puts it over. Grace Ward doing what Grace Ward does. That's 29 assists now on the night.
Well, Shepard was listed as having 459 kills, and Ward 434 assists.
Shepard, not too many kills, only 8 tonight. Now the assist, I believe, because, I mean, 29 on the night already. Now that's 30 right there. So it's 4-2 Transylvania.
Oh.
Yes, that one is in.
That's an area you don't see very often. The Rose player actually ran into the ball trying to get out of the way of the ball. It's one of those 11-foot sets. That's a defensive swing.
And Shepard, wow, Ebright keeps it alive. But not this time, as Carrington Jackson puts one over. Now 6-2, and the struggle is real right now for Rose-Hulman.
Yeah, that all started with a defensive swing for Rose. Just an easy lob over.
But there's another set, a little far back. Shepard right on the net when she is
now that's
spiking
a good
it.
set.
Hey, there we go.
That was a good set.
Yeah, Jillian Gregg made it work. 6-3, Transylvania. As back to serve, Sophia Koop, the junior from Lawrenceville, Georgia. And there we go again, number 15, or excuse me, number 16, Allie Foltz with the kill.
She gives the assist to the Transylvania overpass there.
Ward sets, and Jackson fires 7-4.
I still think the Rose front line has to be aware of how high that pass is coming. And that was another low pass. The result is another quick set. And that's numerous times we've seen that.
You're right, though. They are setting pretty far back, pretty much consistently, and clearly not getting much power on the shots. It's 8-4 now, Transylvania. Ward remains back to serve. Rose 4-1 at home this year, so it's rare for them to drop one here at the Holbert Arena. And that one will count. Carrington Jackson once again. As you mentioned, one of just 2 seniors, along with Sylvie Miller. There's Miller there. Fultz, Ward sets, and Madison Sweeney knocks one across. Now 10-4, and it's becoming increasingly clear that Rose doesn't really have an answer for this Transylvania
That was
attack.
a perfect shot right there. That wasn't anything Rose did wrong on that. It was just a nice curl around by Shepper and hit right straight down the net to the opposite side. Rose was where they needed to be. You just don't see that shot more than once or twice in a match.
We're going to take a quick break. You're watching Rose-Hulman volleyball.
Treatment for those with mental illnesses and addiction issues has evolved over the years.
In the late 1960s, Indiana's mental health system began to take shape.
From 1971
to 2021,
Hamilton Center has touched the lives of thousands of people
In central and west central Indiana,
We are committed to the latest therapies.
To improve the quality of life for those with mental illnesses.
treatment works.
Recovery is possible.
Thank you, Indiana.
I'm all-pro running back Jonathan Taylor for York Automotive. York is my #1 pick for your next car, truck, or SUV. Shop from over 600 vehicles at YorkAutomotive.com today.
You're #1 at York.
Back at the Holbert Arena, set number 3, Transylvania leads Rose-Hulman 10-4. Grace Ward back to serve as Transylvania has won the opening 2 sets this evening. Rose looking for some kind of answer, but so many weak shots sent over. Ebright keeps it alive. Sweeney. Now that one will work. Sweeney knocks it out of play as Megan Corti with the kill.
I know I sound like a broken record here, but you had 3 successive sets by Rose on that. One was 11 feet, one was 10 feet, and one was 8 feet away from the net. And that's just not going to work against Transylvania.
And that's a service error. 11-5, Transylvania. Only 1 service ace for Transy this evening. That one into the net, kept alive. Forces Rose into a bad spot.
You could have called that. Low ball, quick set.
Maggie Harrison, the sophomore from Lexington, Kentucky, back to serve. And she fires one out of play, so service error. Rose-Hulman trailing by 6 as number 14, Megan Weber, comes in, a sophomore from Schaumburg, Illinois. First time we've seen her tonight. She's all smiles as she gets into the match on homecoming. However, Grace Ward fires one through, 13-6. Look out, here comes Caden Holcomb back in. She has been a force tonight. Holcomb leading everyone with 13 kills. And that hitting percentage we were talking about at .929, as Madison Sweeney will get one. 14-6 Transylvania. Boy, there's a reason they are sitting where they are in conference play right now atop the heap.
Well, the team hitting percentage is .231, and you've got Holcomb hitting at .900.
Now 15-6, a 5-match win streak that's about to continue on to 6. This will be the 13th win in the last 14 matches for Transylvania, and you can extend that consecutive set win streak to 18 if they take this third set. Weber tries to get one through, and Rose running every direction but straight on that. It's 17-6. Excuse me, 16-6. We've got a timeout on the floor. You're watching Rose-Hulman volleyball.
At Lynn's Pharmacy, we're more than just your pharmacist. We're your neighbors.
Our kids go to the same schools. We eat at the same restaurants. We sit next to you in church.
When I listen to a symptom.
When I fill a prescription.
When I offer advice, I'm not just helping a customer. I'm helping my neighbor and a friend. My name is Lynn Hofstetter, and I'm the proud owner of Lynn's Pharmacy, a modern pharmacy with old-fashioned values and personal service, dedicated to keeping you, your family, and our community healthy since 1872.
Here at Lynn's Pharmacy, downtown Brazil.
You're watching College Sports on the Indiana Sports Network, presented by the Indiana Army National Guard.
High school.
Welcome back to the Holbert Arena. 16-6 in the third set. Transy leads Rose. Just looking at the upcoming schedules for these two teams. Transylvania will travel, actually they'll go home and play Earlham on Wednesday, and then they will also host Defiance next Saturday. Rose-Hulman, as we've mentioned a few times, is on the road for their next 4 matches, starting this Wednesday at Franklin, and next Saturday they will play at Trine. And let's hope things go a little better Wednesday, because tonight's not working out too well, Greg.
Yeah, it's been a struggle.
16.
There are some things to fix, but a lot of that struggle has been how well the other team has played.
Yeah, Transylvania puts you in some difficult positions with the hitters they've got, like Madison Sweeney there. That one goes out, so that'll work. But you look at Sweeney and Holcomb and Shepper, and my goodness, there's just always a big hitter up there. Grace Ward, I mean, just assist after assist. As Kylie Rathbun, the junior from Tulsa, Oklahoma, serves.
Look at that set.
Yep. And Ebright keeps it in. Another set from Ward. Another smash. Number 8, Isabella Myers.
That set was clear across the court, over her head, right about 3 feet away from the net.
Yeah, I mean, that's just, Ward is pretty impressive. You saw the numbers coming in, and it makes you, you know, pay pretty close attention. But boy, she's the real deal. Here she is again. Rathbun. And that one's going into the net. It's now 18-7. Grace Ward, 38 assists tonight. The next highest on the team has 2. Rose-Hulman has Jillian Gregg and Sophia Harrison both with 10. Goodness gracious, Grace Ward, pretty impressive. 19-7 Pioneers. That one's long. So another service error. Remember, it's National Girls and Women in Sports Day, celebrating equality for women in sports. You see Boomer on screen. He's still here, trying to get us fired up. However, Grace Ward is not allowing the Engineers to get fired up. It's now 20-8.
Boomer might want to come down and stand on the Transylvania side and see if he can distract them a little bit.
Yeah.
Home court advantage.
It's been a rough one tonight for Rose-Hulman. Ava Beltso serving. That was a little better. And 16, Allie Foltz for the kill. Well, you hope Rose-Hulman can take this, watch the video, kind of learn from it. But it's as you've said, once I started watching it, you were dead on. They're just so far back.
Well, the farther the hitter is from the net when they swing, they can't use a power swing. They've got to use a roll, a lob, a dink, or just aim for an open spot. But you can't hit with power when you're hitting from 6, 8, 10 feet away from the net.
When you look at Holcomb, Ward sets her up every time, and it's just, the power's unbelievable. But she's right on the net, She's a foot or two away, getting some pretty good swings at it. 21-10, Transylvania closing in on winning this match. Ward will set, and a quick hitter there, Carrington Jackson.
Troy, if I had $1 for every quick set they've hit tonight because of a low pass, I'd buy us both Sundays at Culver's.
Who's paying? Is Tony paying that out? No. Grace Ward serving, 22-10. A bittersweet end to a pretty decent homecoming here at Rose-Hulman today. The men's and women's soccer teams both coming up with huge shutout victories. Football team with a big win. However, the volleyball team has run into a buzzsaw in the form of the Transylvania Pioneers.
I'll tell you another thing I think they'll see when they watch the tape of this. When your setter is in the front row, that little dump is not going to work because that's her spot. You're dumping it right to her. That works best if your setter's in the back row.
It's a nice block, Allie Foltz. 23-11, Kate Wood will return. As serving will be Allie Foltz. Foltz leads the team in blocks coming into the night. Shepard, that one's long, 23-12. Ward knocks one over. Oh, nice block, kept alive by Rose.
Right, got a free ball here. You got to use this.
Oh, just a little
Missed
tap.
that.
Nice. Rose keeping it alive. Greg, you didn't like something you saw there.
That was the wrong time for that dump. You had 4 players for the other team inside of the 10-foot line, and you're trying to dump it.
Yeah.
Where are you dumping it to?
Exactly. You got to have an opening back there. It's now match point. Serving Maggie Harrison, 24-12. And here we go.
Nice ball.
Miller sets. Madison Sweeney.
That was a good set.
That was a good one. There's a kill. Number 24, Megan Cordy, the freshman from St. Louis.
That was a nice set, and that's all the difference in the game is where you put that ball as a setter.
Still match point.
Quick set.
And that's going to do it. Transylvania trounces Rose-Hulman. 3 sets to none, 25-20, 25-15, and 25-13. Rose-Hulman just overmatched tonight.
Yeah, when I talk about where that setter puts the ball, I'm not being overly critical of that setter, because a lot of where she puts the ball is determined by the pass she gets, which is determined by the swing of the other team. When they're hitting bombs at you, it's hard to put that ball exactly where you want it as a passer. So you got to give credit to the other team. Sometimes when your defense looks poor, it's not because they were playing poorly, it's because the other team were making them look poor.
Well, it was certainly a tough task taking on Transylvania this year. They will remain atop the HCAC standings, moving their conference record to 3-0. They are 15-5 on the season. Rose-Hulman back to 500, now 9-9 on the year, 2-2 in conference play. They'll take on Franklin, they'll be at Franklin on Wednesday, so let's hope the Lady Engineers can regroup for that one. Congratulations to head coach Amy Barmore and her Pioneers. We wish them the best as their season continues. Greg, pretty fun day out here today. I'd never taken in the whole atmosphere of Rose-Hulman's homecoming, but it's pretty good time, man. They, as we mentioned, 4 pretty huge sporting events going on, all the tailgating and the free food and all that stuff. It's pretty fun, and you just wish it could have ended a little better this evening. But your takeaways for Rose-Hulman as they head into the thick of conference play, what do you think?
I think if they can just clean up some of their own mistakes that are unforced, they're unforced hitting errors. You can't always control what the other team does on the other side of the net unless you're controlling what you are doing on your side of the net. The better defense you play, the better sets you get, the more difficult you're going to make it on that other team. And tonight, that was reversed. Transylvania had the better defense, they had the better sets, the better swings, and it made it very difficult for Rose. Rose is a young team, and I think if they watch their film of this game, there's plenty of things they might correct. We had some players that were out of position sometimes on a lot of these quick sets. A lot of these dumps are not being read very well. I mentioned that in that second game. Anytime Transylvania had a pass that was very, very low to their setter, it was going to be a quick set. And I'll bet if you counted those, you probably would have seen at least 9 or 10 of them in that last game alone. And that's got to be something that your players on the other side have to know, they have to follow, and they have to read that. You see a low pass coming, it's probably going to be a quick set. So I think there's room for improvement. Rose is very young, only 2 seniors on their team. So I think they've got some promise. This might be a learning year for some of these players. Several freshmen on the Rose team. I believe at least 5 or 6 freshmen on the team. So I think they're fixable.
So we'll see. Under Coach Delsey, they'll keep fighting. So we'll see how they come out on Wednesday at Franklin. We would want to quickly thank our sponsors of today's game. Our presenting sponsor, the Indiana Army National Guard, Culver's, Farm Bureau Insurance, and Micah Bonomo, the Fellowship of Christian Athletes, Great Dane, Hamilton Center, Lynn's Pharmacy, Riddell National Bank, and York Automotive. We'd also like to thank our camera operators for tonight's game, Grant Hainig, Amy Metcalf, and Nathan Cowan, our video technician Keith Lawson, producer and director Tony Harper. I'd like to thank you, Greg Mogan, for joining me tonight. I'm Troy Wilseen. This has been a production of the Indiana Sports Network, LLC. Thank you for watching.
You are watching HCAC volleyball at Rose-Hulman on the Indiana Sports Network. This program is a copyrighted production of Indiana Sports Network and cannot be shown, reproduced, or redistributed in any way or in any form without prior written permission from Indiana Sports Network.
This game is presented by the Indiana Army National Guard.